Buongiorno amigos, it is I, Connor, and I have another Heroes and Generals video for you today. And as you can see on screen, I have the mighty Tiger 1. The Beast, the most infamous vehicle of World War II. And I have yet to drive one apart from this battle here, so this is my first experience on the Tiger, and it doesn't go well. It was as sluggish as I was expecting it to be, and the Tiger was not the slowest tank by any means. It was one of the faster, heavier tanks of World War II, and it obviously had probably the strongest gun of its time. Whenever it was the top dog, whenever it was the tank hunter that it was infamous for, it had the top gun, which was the 88mm anti-air, and this gun would just chew through enemy armor that was being thrown against it at this time, like the T-34, the M4 Sherman. And it wasn't until later till these tanks got heavily modified, or they upgraded their whatever tanks they were using. So maybe the Sherman was upgraded to the Sherman Firefly, which had a hell of a lot well, the gun was a lot more powerful. The gun was a hell of a lot more powerful and was known to be a Tiger killer. That's why the Sherman Firefly is so famous, and it just looks awesome. I mean, I don't like the Firefly, the stock Firefly at all, the default. Not the Firefly, sorry, I don't like the default stock M4 Sherman. And for some reason, I just think the Firefly looks absolutely badass. So as you can see on screen, I'm in the Tiger, and it's quite a big target. And as you'll see, I get taken out quite easily. Now, a lot of people in Heroes and Generals are always on the forums complaining that tanks are overpowered, the Stuart for the Allies is overpowered, the Panzer 1 is crap, but people don't know how to play the tanks. I mean, I messed up big time here, and I was obsessed with getting this guy out of the flak. And I totally ignored a few infantrymen that were behind me with anti-tank grenades and bazookas. And for some reason in this game, it doesn't notify you when you've been hit. The only time you know you've been hit is if you can actually see them hitting you and you see the smoke, or if you look at your health bar. There's no like sound indication that you've been hit, and that's something I'd like to change. So I just saw the little indicator there. It says I'm being fired at. I see the guy, but it was too late. And that was just a short video on the Tiger. I really recommend this game, guys. You need to play the vehicles how they're meant to be played. For example, I'm just going to give a few tips of the Panzer 1. The Panzer 1 is an anti-infantry tank. It is an infantry support. It will be thrown against, more than likely, Stuarts. And Stuarts have a cannon rather than the machine cannons that the Panzer 1 has. And the Panzer 1, it can take down Stuarts from the side. If it does constantly fire and enter an entire belt of ammunition into a Stuart, it can destroy it. People don't think it can, but it can. I destroyed quite a few Stuarts, and that's with a lot of our Panzer 1s working together to take down these really, really lightly armoured tanks. But then again, in the Panzer 1, I've destroyed I don't know how many little infantrymen running around. It's just like a two-shot wonder, and it fired at such a high velocity, and it's just an awesome wee tank. I don't understand the complaints about it. It's just people thinking that the tanks in any game they play should be overpowered, totally indestructible. And a perfect example of this is in World of Tanks. A lot of people buy the Tiger 1, the handshell Tiger 1, handshell, whatever, and expect to be able to roll into tier 7 games, tier 6 games, whatever, and just take no damage whatsoever and one-shot everything. But that's not being realistic. A lot of the tanks thrown against, like the IS, were built to destroy the Tiger, and the Tiger doesn't have the sloped or curved armor that a lot of the vehicles that were being built to counter it were. They were being shipped out with that. They were being built with sloped armor to better bounce shots. The Tiger, unless you angle it in a specific way, will not bounce shots. It's just almost all of the corners and all of the armor on the Tiger is flat, so it's easy to penetrate. Although the gun is very good at tier 7, and it's a really good sniper tank, it's not to be used as if it's invincible. It's similar to, I haven't played any of the American tanks yet in Heroes and Generals. I'm going to create another character that is primarily for the Americans, so I'm going to go through their planes, hopefully whenever I unlock them, as well as the German Bf 109. But yeah, you need to play the tanks the way they're meant to be played. The Tiger was an infamous sniper. It would hide in forests, hedgerows, ditches, well, not so much ditches, well, hedgerows, out in farmland, and wait for a convoy or some foolish allies to be advancing in its general direction and hit it from fucking almost, was it 2-3 mile away, and just one shot them. And the Shermans couldn't even penetrate the Tiger's armor at that time. That's why they upgraded their guns. Even the Sherman had sloped armor, but that wouldn't matter against the Tiger. The Tiger's gun was too powerful. So that was just a quick video on me giving a few tips on how not to play the Tiger and how to play the Tiger. So in short, stay at a distance, make sure you're angled, and just unload. It has got a longer loading time than most of the German tanks, the Panzer, the Stug, the Panzer 1, but it's more powerful. It's a more powerful gun. It's a bigger, heavier, fatter tank that can take a lot more damage, but you still need to be careful and watch your ass for infantry. It's because it's not that maneuverable. If infantry get up close, you're screwed. Enough said. Usually I will jump out of the tank and I just have the little pistol. What is it? The Mauser pistol? I'm not entirely sure what the pistol is called, but I will use that to kill whoever's trying to kill me with a bazooka. And it's better whenever they're trying to kill you with a bazooka because it's a long loading time and you just get out and boom, 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 they're dead. But yeah, just be careful. If you're playing heroes and generals and you're in any tank, just be careful. You're not meant to come in at close range. That's easily going to be your biggest downfall. If infantry get close, you're dead. Especially American infantry, because they have anti-tank grenades. I think they have them by default because every single infantryman I come across, little soldier, has anti-tank grenades, and a majority of them also have bazookas, but you can find bazookas lying around the map in various ammo crates and caches. So that'll be it for the day. That'll be it for the day and today. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.